Our guest today is a guard for the Cardinals in the 2015-16 season and this year's TBT squad, founder of Peace to Perform. Please welcome Joseph Trey Lewis. Joseph, thank you for joining the show.
Absolutely,
Yes.
man. Appreciate you guys having me for real.
Of
Yes,
course,
sir. Yes,
anytime.
sir.
And that's the first thing we'll just jump off with. Obviously, Louisville fans, through their time here, they knew you as Trey. You now go by Joseph, which is your real name. Do you
Real
wanna,
name.
for those that aren't
Yeah,
familiar with that journey, would you like to tell them why you really go by Joseph now?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, simply put, a few years ago, I was praying, asking God, that I want to be used by Him in a mighty way. I want Him to get the most glory from my life. And simply put, He told me Trey has to die. And it's been a long process to get to this point, but Joseph is actually my real name. It's my government name, Joseph Lewis the third. Everybody called me Trey because I was the third, and obviously I could shoot the three ball a little bit.
A little bit, a little bit.
But nah,
For sure.
it was just a nickname, and this journey has been all about just knowing my true identity and walking in that. And so that's where I'm at today, just being authentically who I am. That's why I go by just Joseph.
Yeah, for sure. So Joseph, Blake mentioned that you founded the Peace to Perform. So how crucial has your faith been throughout your basketball career? How has that impacted you?
It's been huge, because there's so many ups and downs that goes on in the game of basketball, especially when everything is rooted to your performance, right? As an athlete, you got to think about, you go out there and you have a great game, your confidence is high. You play bad or don't play at all, and all of a sudden you're on that roller coaster and you feeling bad. And so it's like, hold on, I can't allow my performance to dictate my mood all the time. So I found peace outside of the game, in my faith that has kept me, grounded so that I'm not on that, roller coaster of emotions.
It
For
just
sure.
this was the first year, obviously, I've been able to kind of just see your work and how you work. And I've told you multiple times, like I loved to just see how you went about your work and
Mm.
just you were never, like you said, too high or too low. And when you spoke, like people would listen. You weren't saying something just to say something. And you were always that guy, like you were treating this like we were winning $10 million, not $2 million. Like you were getting shots up later, you were in there and you were really ingratiated with it. So we loved having you back. Just what coming to TBT this year, like what really went into that process of getting selected for this year?
Yeah. So number one, I really enjoy just playing in the TBT. Like I really think they've done a great job with the league and the tournament overall. Just how it's grown from the first year to where it is now. So it's a fun league to play in. Also, I haven't played since 21, 22 with sideline cancer. So I've been itching to want to play again. But just everything had to align at the right time, and Russ was the first one to hit me up and wanted me to be a part of this year's team. And so I was like, yeah, absolutely, I've been wanting to play for the Ville for a while, get back into just playing in front of that crowd and getting that feeling back. So
Yeah.
it was amazing. It was awesome. Obviously we didn't have the outcome that we wanted, but for me personally, it was just a lot of joy being back in the 502.
It looked like you had a lot of fun out there. I was telling Blake, I just love your poise out there, and your shot selection was really good, and your just attention to detail, and just your defensive intensity. I felt like you picked your shots really well,
Mhm.
and I felt like every time you were out there, you definitely added to the energy that we needed at the time. And especially, I don't know how long it's been since because I know you've been playing one-on-ones. We're gonna get into that later, but just going from the one-on-one game and then coming in, because you would think just you being such a dominant one-on-one guy,
Mhm.
that's exactly how you're gonna play. You're gonna come out there just tunnel vision. But nah, you're probing, you're picking your shots, you're knowing when to fill in. And that's the maturity, and that's why I'm like, man, I really like this kid. Oh, I don't mean to call you kid, 'cause I really
I'm
like
still
this guy.
young.
Yeah, you still I'm older than you, but you still look really young. But for sure, man. So I was just really excited to watch you play, and just your demeanor and how you carry yourself on and off the court, man. So I was like, man, That's a good guy, man, for
No, I
sure, man.
appreciate that, bro. And like for me, it's like I come from the pro 5-on-5 space, so that's actually my normal element. And
Yeah,
being in
yeah,
the one-on-one space now, it's like that's not my normal element. Like I'm used to having a team and
yeah.
being a leader and having speaking life into the team I'm with. So being in the one-on-one space is kind of a challenge because you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I had so much joy playing with this team. It brought me back, just so many memories from, pro days to college days. So yeah, I mean, it gave me a passion again for 5-on-5 basketball. I will say that.
One thing that like I feel like is impossible to overlook when it comes to your game, you have one of the nastiest shot fakes I have ever seen. Like your college highlights filled with them. You were getting people left and right all through TBT. Like when did you really focus in on a shot? Because a lot of people I feel like kind of just overlook that. But
Yeah.
like shot fakes, you are incredible at that. When did you really kind of pick up on that attention to detail?
Well, just adjusting to scouting reports. When you shoot the ball well, you become, hey, watch out for the shooter, so they're not trying to let you get a shot off. So just using that shot fake, my shooting ability to an advantage, to create an advantage for someone else or myself.
So we'll kind of get into just kind of your upbringing before you came to Louisville. What was your just whole high school experience like? And you had a pretty unconventional journey leading into college pre-transfer portal. Like you made stops at Penn State, Cleveland State before coming to Louisville. Just how would you encapsulate your whole journey?
Yeah, I mean, high school, I really appreciate, Sonny Johnson at Garfield Heights High School. Just a legendary coach here in the city of Cleveland. And he really, helped allow me to really start, understanding who I want to be as a player, and gave me that opportunity. By my senior year, we were able to go to the state Final Four, the first time that happened in over 60 years at that school. And I went from there and, like you said, went on to Penn State University, ended up transferring to Cleveland State, and then finally having my opportunity to play at the University of Louisville. Now, all that happened before the transfer portal. I feel like I was, like before the whole NIL and all this is going on, so I had the red shirt my 1 year at Cleveland State. But each journey in each school taught me something different. You went from like a, mid to high major to lower mid major to the highest at University of Louisville. So I saw all the different elements of Division I basketball, all different styles of coaching, all different styles and different teammates. So I learned so much throughout that journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, obviously what happened at Louisville when I was there. Just a lot of hardship, you know what I'm saying? But through all of that, it taught me so much about how to carry yourself and how to go through, pain sometimes, because the only thing that's a promise to everybody is adversity, so we got to figure out how to get through it. So, but all of those experiences made me who I am today.
Are there any are there any players from your area that you kind of looked at to say, okay, I want to do it how he did it? Or is anybody that you try to model your game after coming up as a young player?
Well, my favorite players growing up was always Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade. I loved
Okay.
watching them, when I was coming up. And so, just taking different parts from their game. And then, obviously now you got the Steph Currys and the Kyrie Irvings. So I'm always, looking at different people's games and saying, okay, I like what they're doing in this area. Let me add that to the bag. But Allen Iverson and Kobe were probably like my main two guys when I was coming up.
Man, hey, I got a story about Allen Iverson, man, because I love Allen Iverson too.
Yeah.
But his swag at the time. So
Mhm.
the sleeves, he used to wear the two.
Yeah, I had the sleeve too, bro. I had it on.
I think I had some pantyhose. I think I put some pantyhose on my arm.
Pantyhose is wild. Not the stocking joint. That joint was see-through. Oh, bro. No, that's wild.
They was new though. They wasn't worn though. But but listen, you laughing
Yeah.
because I went to the basket like how y'all laughing now. I got
Uh-huh.
clowns as soon as I walked on the court.
They knew that wasn't a legit sleeve.
It was like, hold on, why your sleeve see through? I pulled that thing off with the quickness.
You
He
lucky
walking
you
around
ain't
with
get to
pantyhose
sweating
on,
first,
man.
bro. That would have been wild.
But that's how
Man.
much I love AI, man. I just
Fact.
thought he was amazing. Headband, sweat,
Yeah.
all that stuff, man. So
Changed the culture.
definitely
He changed
shout
the
out,
culture of the
man,
game.
for sure.
Were you a big 2K player growing up at all?
Huge. I feel like at one point I was ranked in 2K. That's how much I was playing online. And then I would be, playing everybody in my dorm rooms, you know what I'm saying? So
Bro,
but I
don't let
don't
me
play
go
no
grab
more.
my.
I
Let me
don't
go
play no
grab
more.
my
I gave
thing,
it
man.
up.
I'm about
No,
to
I gave
say.
it up.
Who was the best? Who was the best one at Louisville when you all would play? Who was the best teammate you'd go against?
Who would I played everybody in 2K. I mean, me and Dame would play the most just because we was roommates. So me and Damian Lee would be playing 2K all the time. Then we would have everybody come to the room. Donovan would come play. Ryan McMahon, Jalen. I mean, we was a real team, real family. So we all would get in on the game.
For sure.
Yeah, so you we've talked about that kind of unconventional journey. Have you ever thought about after all these transfer portal rules you're going through, after all this NIL stuff, did you ever kind of think back on your journey now? I was like, well, this is crazy how much college athletics has changed in a 10-year span.
All the time. Sure. I see all this money that's being passed out. I'd be like, man, it would have been nice to get some of that. Like my jersey sales at Louisville, I saw it was like going for like over $1 million. And we didn't see any of that money. So it was just it's crazy.
Hey, somebody, we need to get Joseph. We gotta get him some back pay.
Hey, I need some back pay, man. Somebody, we gotta figure something out.
Yeah,
when you played Louisville, it was so you were a graduate transfer when you came to Louisville, so it would have been your senior year at Cleveland State. You came and played against Louisville, had 24 points, 5 rebounds. Was there any, like, in the post game, like, the shaking hands, Coach P say anything to you after that, or is it like, what was what was that whole experience like in that game?
Nah, it was surreal, bro, to say the least. Like before that game, I remember journaling. Like I would keep this journal with me, and I would write on the bus before games. And I just had a feeling before that game that the whole nation would know my name after that game. Like I went in with the mindset of like, I'm about to dominate, and I did. And it was a cool moment, Definitely, I turned the heads of their coaching staff, and he definitely shook my hand in the layup line. But it was just cool, like to get that recognition from Hall of Famer, and I heard him post game interview saying he's probably one of the best scorers in college basketball right now. So that was just awesome.
How would you differentiate? Differentiate.
That word. That was perfect. I could never say that.
Words are hard. How would you differentiate Coach Pitino's practices as compared to Cleveland State's practices?
Well, Coach Waters at Cleveland State did a phenomenal job. He's always been a defensive-minded coach, heavy emphasis on the defense. So that portion of it, Pitino is also a very big-time defensive coach. But I would say Pitino's pressing is what separates any, Louisville team from any other team, is his ability to apply pressure nonstop. So it was just a whole nother level of that. And now you're playing with bigger size at that level. So it was definitely a tough adjustment for me. It was his practices was crazy. And even just like leading up to the practice, all the preseason workouts and the summer workouts. I mean, I never ran that much in my life. So and I'm a hard worker. Like I'd be in the gym, sure. But that level of running was something I was just like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, because I always said the guards, they always had it the hardest. Just because you were up on the press, correct? You were, so they always had to. That's why we had the microwave boys, Preston Knowles. You got Jerry Smith out there, and you had to be in shape because, like, for me as a big man, I feel like it was easier for me because I'm the last line of defense. So either I'm trying to get that interception, but if I can't get that, I'm gonna just get back, protect the basket. But you guys are sliding your defensive stance. You're trading off. You got to know which angle to cut off. Are we in a 2-2-1? Are we in a, or what else? Are we in a man press? Or what are we doing? So it's a lot of things you have to factor in. Chasing the ball down, not giving up on a double team, not giving up on a trap. back tip. So it's a lot that goes in. I always felt like the guards, they had it the hardest, man, especially in practice, because you're doing it the whole practice, bro. It's like, bro, I'm
No, for real.
tired.
And for me, man, like you got to think, I'm coming in after seeing Peyton and Russ do it, right? Then
Right, right.
Chris Jones and Terry. And so
Yeah.
it's like those are dudes that got unlimited energy, pressing full game, turning people over. And I'm coming in, I'm like, Patino, don't expect me to do all that. I'm not that type of player. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when you got 1 year to get it done, like I wish I had more than 1 year to figure that
Yeah,
out
yeah.
at Louisville. Cause like I'm everything was just like such a blur to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you could come in and learn the system and understand, 1 year is very tough to be in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
position to get it done. But we were top 10 in the country. We had beat Syracuse, we beat North Carolina. Those are two teams that made it to the Final Four. You know, I really think we would have had a shot at winning it all, if I was healthy and if things worked out differently regarding that scandal. So
Yeah, kind of touching on that. Did you like? Can you walk us through the process of when you hear for the first time like the university's doing a self-posed ban? Like, what is your whole reaction to that?
initially shock, like you can't believe it. So that was the first like feeling, and then it's like grief, because it's like, dang, like this is why I came here to play in a tournament. My whole career I never got that opportunity, and like I said, we're top 10 in the country at that time, so we're for sure locking in. And then this happened, so it's sad, and then but being a leader on the team, you can't, you have to still be a leader. You still have to bring the guys together, and we went out there and we fought and competed every possession, like we were still, playing for something.
One thing that I love, there's always that picture of your all senior night of you, Kenny Klein, Damian Lee. Kenny was somebody, he was always involved at TBT every single year. Just do you have any good memories, anything that comes to mind when you think of Kenny Klein?
Yeah, no, Kenny is awesome, man. Rest in peace, Kenny, and shout out to his wife too. She was, still with us at the TBT game, supporting, and so no, he was nothing but just great to me my entire time at Louisville. And but yeah, just a memory would be during ACC Media Day, after everything had broke. Me and Dame were selected to go there and speak, and Kenny Klein was the one who took us there on a private jet. So that was just a dope experience, and him just coaching us up on how to present ourselves and carry ourselves. But he was a mastermind when it comes to just understanding how to conduct yourself in the media. So, but much love, shout out to Kenny Klein and his family.
You brought up the good, bad, ugly earlier. You said good, bad, ugly. That instantly put in my head. We do the good, bad, and ugly segment throughout here. Is there any times when you were in college, it's like, oh no, this is Wayne Blackshear has talked about being mid game and you do something, it's like, man, that's gonna be on the film right there. Are there any times when you're there, it's like, oh, or good, bad, uglies where you're sitting in the film room and somebody just got torched?
Man, every film session was the ugly. I mean, a film session with Patino, bro, is just like it's gonna be
Comedy.
brutal.
It's
funny after.
it's
funny
funny after. It's funny
or when
it's
it's not you. When
It's not
not
you. It's super funny. You just
No,
but when
for
it's
real.
on you, it's not funny.
It's not funny. Yeah, so I mean, every session was like ugly. But it helps you to understand the demand. That's what it was with Patino. His just demand was so high. Like you come in the organization, like from Cleveland State, like I did, and making it to the tournament is a good year. Where him, it's like Final Four or bust. Like that's the mentality every single game, practice, whatever you're doing. So just that level of demand, it taught me a lot.
For sure. So you had a chance to play overseas. I believe I just seen Germany on there and a few other places. Kind of describe just your time overseas and what that experience was like for you. Maybe name some of your favorite places you love to play at.
Yeah, I got an opportunity to play in Germany my rookie year. I stayed there actually 2 years. Then I played in France. Then I had an opportunity to play with the Jazz, and play with the Salt Lake City Stars in the G League. And then I ended up going back over to France, and I played in Israel, and I finished my career in Montenegro. So been a little everywhere. Enjoyed all of those places. I mean, learned different cultures, lifestyles, living there, got a chance to, take my family to experience new things as well. So unbelievable experiences.
What you got to eat over there? I know when you get over there, you got to find something that you can eat that you can
Yeah,
identify
yeah,
with, because we don't
yeah.
identify with everything over there. We can't
Right,
just
for
be
real.
picking up stuff and eating it, you know.
No,
So,
for real.
what were maybe your top 3 places that, like, okay, I might not eat it in America, but over here, this is the bee's knees.
No, for real. No, I had those experiences. I remember. Now I'll tell this story. When I first got to Germany, I remember getting there off the plane and getting to my new place. They got me in. They got me a whip and everything's cool. And then I just remember not knowing how to
Yeah.
get food. Like and I was hungry. Like I'm like, I don't know who to talk to. Like, so I'm just out there, right? And the roads is different, bro. I was lost and I was hungry.
Yeah.
I just walked up to it was like a little stand out there. They was selling like some hot dogs, and I was trying to ask for one. The dude didn't speak no English, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
eat. Give me some food.
You
I
need some
paid that little
food,
money,
man.
paid them little euros, and got my food, bro. I was just smashing on that. But
Yeah.
no, bro, but then you obviously you start learning a little bit of the culture, where to go. Your teammates start telling you, oh, this is where you need to go.
Yeah.
But the food, I really enjoyed the food in Germany. I really enjoyed the food in France. I mean, damn, all the
A
places. But I'm
baguette? Did you
also
get any? Did you get you a baguette?
for sure, for sure. I was
For
really big
sure.
on the croissants, the baguettes.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
love to try new foods and stuff. So I was open to trying new experiences. So
Yeah.
it was
For
dope.
sure. For sure.
A couple
Go
more
ahead.
questions that I got for you, and we'll let you head on with your night. We appreciate you for joining us. The
No.
two of your teammates at Louisville, obviously, Damian Lee and Donovan Mitchell. I mean, Damian Lee, NBA champion. Donovan Mitchell is just a star in the NBA now. What was it like kind of battling against those two in practice every single day?
That was great. I mean, number one, to see where they're at now and what they're doing. Well, I know Damian just, finished up with his pro career. He had an amazing career.
Is
So
he
shout
doing
out to Dame.
photograph? He's doing photography or something. He's doing like photography or
Yeah, he's
something.
always been into photography. He's, taking it
Yeah.
more serious over the years as I've seen some of his content.
Yeah.
But I just want to say shout out to Dame, amazing career, super proud of him and all his accomplishments. And then Donovan, what he's doing now. A lot of people were like shocked, but I always knew he had that potential in him just from his work ethic and just, I mean, he's unbelievable athlete. So, but battling against them every day was just, iron sharpening iron. We made each other better. We pushed each other. We competed. And we all played a part in each other's journey.
Donovan said the entire reason he chose Louisville was because of the player development sessions that you guys would have. What did that whole what would a day-to-day developmental session look like for you in the morning?
Ooh, them individuals, man. Them individuals. Yeah, Coach P he really would just roll the ball out and say, go at it. And so it was nothing like that. Like, I do remember, those individual sessions where we'll just be playing one-on-one and going at each other's neck. So it was really intense. A lot of shots, a lot of skill work, and a lot of just going at each other.
Yeah,
Awesome.
for
Well,
sure.
last thing before we head out, is there anything that you'd like the Cardinal fans to know before we let you leave?
100%. I really just want to thank the entire, Cardinal base, all the fans. They made that experience really, joyful for me. Despite going through tough times when I was at the university, and then even just coming back and being a part of the TBT, they welcomed me back with just open arms. So, I'm forever indebted to the fan base at U of L. Just grateful, man. My wife is from Louisville, so I just feel like it's a second home for me.
Yeah. One more thing. How
Mhm.
briefly describe how you got into the one-on-one scene. I seen the Uncle
Oh
Scoop.
yeah,
I
yeah,
watched the
yeah,
Uncle Scoop and the J. Lou some, and hey, I watched those games, man. I like how kind of how did you get involved just in the one-on-one scene? Because I sat there, I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting there for a couple hours just watching
Yeah.
watching the ones. I just went to a whole wormhole, but it's some good content over there, man. You got a lot of views, a lot of eyes on you on that too, man. You seem like a big old deal, man, on that
Uh,
circuit.
absolutely. And how it happened, bro, I would just say number one is just God, bro, because I never even imagined me being in that space or that it would take off the way it has been taken off. So gotta give glory to him in that. But also it was Devontae Frigga just reaching out to me and bringing me in, allowing me to be a part of one of his events. And I just said yes, you know what I'm saying? It was during a time where I had given up professional sports and said I was about to, go full time into ministry, and then this opportunity turned into more opportunities, and so I'm real grateful for it, and it has really turned into something that I enjoyed. I can feed my family with, that I can also share Peace to Perform, my ministry. So I'm excited, man. It's a new space, and I'm going into it, with the same approach. I go with everything. I'm all in.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything big on the future for Peace to Perform? Anything in the works?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got some big matches coming up. I know I got one with Ball is Life coming up next week. Got another one with the next chapter. Then I got another one at the end of the month with Off the Dribble. So I'm just trying to stay busy with that. Peace to Perform. Anybody can, follow my platform at Peace to Perform on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok. And that's just my platform where I help athletes understand their true identity to shift from playing with pressure to playing with peace. So if that resonates with anybody out there, please follow that platform and just help me grow it.
Yes, sir, man. Right on, man. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Joseph, aka artist formerly known as Trey. Hey,
Yes,
man,
sir.
but hey, man, appreciate you so much for coming on. Like I said, you're a wonderful young man, a wonderful family, and I'm so excited for what the future holds for you. And I'm sure the fans are definitely going to be excited to hear from you. And we're going to definitely stay tapped in. Make sure we're going to put a Piece to Perform in the
Please do.
description.
Please do.
Hey, if you got
And
any merch, we'll put it on here for sure. You got any merch?
anything,
Put
man,
it
for
all over
sure.
here.
For sure. I got y'all. I'll send y'all over a package when I get it.
Okay, for sure.
Let's
Right
go.
on, man. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Guys, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. I'm a fan of what y'all work as well.
Appreciate it,
Appreciate it.
man.
Floor is
All
yours
right.
anytime.